Welcome to the Cybersecurity Sales Made Easy podcast, where you get real-world growth and mindset hacks, all designed to accelerate your journey to become a cybersecurity hero for your small business clients. And now, here's your host, Cybersecurity Sherpa, Jennifer Bleam.
Hello, thanks for joining me. Today we are talking again about some sales fundamentals. Easy for me to say this morning. Some sales fundamentals that absolutely apply to cybersecurity sales. We're going to talk about prospecting. I do not know why anybody calls it smiling and dialing, because I know of very, very few people who actually enjoy it. So they don't actually smile while they're dialing. However, it is a necessary evil. And if you are the sole salesperson, and maybe you're also the owner, and also maybe a technician, and also a manager, it is up to you to get this done. So if you have a team of salespeople, or you have a salesperson that reports to you, this video won't necessarily apply 100% to you, although you'll definitely be able to get a few little tips in here. But this is mainly designed for those people who are owners, operators, salespeople. So you are the one that is responsible to fill the top of the funnel. You are responsible for prospecting. So what is my tip for today on getting started? Well, normally I am a big believer in 10x massive action. I usually encourage you to set really big goals and to push and to strive and to achieve really large things. But with prospecting, I actually go the complete opposite direction. And what I want you to focus on is 100 dials. Now, before you go, wait a second, I thought you said we were starting small and you just threw out this big number, 100 dials. I want you to understand, I'm saying to make 100 dials per month. Okay, now if you really want to get crazy, you could say I want to do 100 dials every 2 weeks. So that would be 200 dials a month. But let's stick with 100 dials per month. And I want to explain to you why I'm recommending 100 dials a month. It's because when you reverse engineer that, it's not really higher math. It's about 5 dials per day. Now, why 5 dials per day? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, it's really easy. It's easy to find the time to make 5 dials a day. Let's face it, you're maybe talking about 20 minutes. The other reason I recommend 5 dials a day, other than the fact that it leads to your goal of 100 per month, is that if you miss today, which, let's be realistic, a lot of times you're going to miss today, either because you just didn't feel like dialing, or because something blew up at a client site, or you double booked yourself, or you weren't feeling good, or, right? The reasons go on. Sometimes they're legit reasons. Sometimes they are just excuses. However, if you say, okay, I missed my 5 dials today, then tomorrow you have to do 10 dials. So 5 dials a day, however you want to make that work. So 5 dials a day. If you miss one day, do 10 the next. So that's 50 a week. Actually, it's 50 a week. So that gets us to about 200 a month. Haha, this is not a math class. This is a sales class. Okay, so that's your number. So as you're smiling and dialing, you're going to reach different objections. You're going to leave a lot of voicemails, probably more than you're expecting. However, I want you to start with that small number, and I'm not actually going to ask you to build on it. I just want you to complete 5 dials every single day, because as we know from a lot of the studies that are out there, the majority of the small to medium-sized businesses that are out there need your cybersecurity solution. Now, they're not going to call you. That's just not the way it works. So it is up to you to reach out to them. Now, here's what I don't want you to do. So this is my warning. I do not want you to gear up and call 100 people today and then tell yourself that you're going to call 100 more in 3 or 4 weeks, because it is not going to happen unless you're one of those 1 in a million people that really like smiling and dialing, and you really do smile when you're dialing. But if you're like the rest of us normal people, you don't like it, you're going to push really hard to get those 100 dials done. You're going to tell yourself that in 4 weeks you do it again, and you never will. So that's why I want you to get consistent at doing this every single day. If you miss a day, you got to double up the next day, but try not to miss too many days in a row, because it does start to snowball and start to feel like a really big number. Now, as you are building this list, you sit down and you say, okay, here's the 100 people I'm going to dial over the next few weeks, or here's the 5 that I'm going to dial today. You are going to start to find problems. You may find problems in your databases where Billy filled out the contact form and Billy's not at the company anymore. Very normal. Troubleshoot it. That's a problem to fix. You may find out that, oh, on my form, I asked for name and email address, and it's taken me a lot of time to go out to the website and look up the phone number just so I can call. That is a problem that you can outsource to a virtual assistant. Here's my list. I need you to go out and find the phone numbers for me. You may find that your database is way too small to actually sustain this activity for much more than 3, 4, 5 months, because you only have 500 people inside of your database. So that's a problem to solve. But keep solving these problems, keep pushing, because this activity does build on itself. It does compound. It's beautiful. So 5 a day, that's all I want you to do, 5 dials per day, and then comment below what you're hearing, how these conversations are going. Again, be prepared that the majority of these will be voicemail messages that you leave. Call them back again in 2 or 3 days, and you're simply finding out where they stand with cybersecurity. Are they concerned about their risks? Do they believe they could recover from a ransomware attack? Do they believe that their employees are intelligent, or are they happy clickers? So try out a couple of different scripts. Maybe on a future video we'll talk about some cold calling scripts. But for now, your number is 5 dials per day. Go make it happen, and bonus points if you can actually smile at the same time as you're dialing. Jennifer Bleam, Cybersecurity Sherpa, signing off for now.
To learn more about how you can become a cybersecurity hero for your clients, request your hero assessment today. MSPsalesrevolution.com/hero.